everyone, happy Monday. I'm here at Highland Hills Middle School in Indiana. I just started a new 7th grade boys mentor group. So that was really fun to finally get this group started. The mentor who's leading this group, his name is Byron, and actually I met him back in January. We did a recruiting event at Northside Christian, and he got involved that way. And so as we are going into spring and planning for the summer, that's usually when we start doing a lot of recruiting. So there are 2 ways that you guys could help us with that. If you know somebody in your circles of influence who you think could be a good fit or would appreciate knowing more about what we do at Hope Collaborative, you could reach out to myself or Landon and Amanda, and we would be really happy to have a quick phone call or set up time to email them to let them know more about what we are doing. And then if the church that you go to, if you don't already partner with us, and you think that would be something that your church would be interested in, again, let us know, and we would love to connect and help, maybe even do a recruiting event there, or just talk with your outreach ministers and get started. So thanks again, and hope you have a great week.
Well, hello, mentors. Baby is unfortunately not here yet, so we're still making videos and working until she is here, but probably will be a short pause on the videos soon. But until then, I want to follow up with a little bit what Ashley was talking about, just kind of share a little bit of growth that we've been seeing, even though we are in February and late into the school year. We've still seen a lot of new groups, a lot of new volunteers, a lot of groups that have been delayed, still getting started, and we are at a point now. We are at over 98% of our groups have been started. That is coming up on. We are actually one group away from hitting the 175 mark when it comes to how many groups we have rolling throughout our 10 districts. That is impacting. We just actually jumped over the 600 mark as far as students impacted over this calendar year, and between potential growth moving forward and also our work with our court diversion program, we are fastly approaching that 700 mark when it comes to students impacted as well. So really exciting stuff. We know that growth and that impact is because of volunteers like you, those who watch these videos, who devote at least 1 hour of your week to these kids. So we really appreciate that. We also love sharing that with you. And again, like Ashley said, if you know anyone who'd like to join us on that mission, definitely let us know about those people. We'd love to talk to them.
Hey guys, for this week's resource, we are going to talk about having a growth mindset. And as you can see, we are home today. And so doing it the other way is going to make it look weird. So I just have it where you can just see this poster today. But so we have to talk about something for your resource. We can talk about growth mindset. And with time change coming next weekend, I'm looking forward to spring. We can really talk and focus on what happens in the spring. Things grow back, right? Like things bloom and they flourish. And so we can do the same things with our minds if we kind of shift our thinking around a little bit. I know I've done this with my kids personally, and they've really loved it. You can even do this on a poster board to where you can have them put the fixed part on one side and the growth part on the other if you want to. And they can like write down some of the things that they have said to themselves and on this side, and maybe on this side they can put maybe more on what a growth mindset would mean. So like things like, I can't do it, or I'll never be as smart as so-and-so, or I'm not good at this, or I give up. We can shift our mindset to where it's more of a growth mindset and we're not limiting ourselves, right? So we can say, I can try a different strategy. We're all talented in our own way. With more practice, it will be easier. It might take time and effort. Mistakes help me learn, and I'll keep trying. I'm still learning. So if you guys wind up using this with your groups, let us know. We would love to hear about it.
Hey everyone, it's Landon, and I have this week's devotion, and it's going to be from Matthew 5, the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus preached a sermon on the Mount. But I'll read a few verses and then just point out something that's really helpful for me and for hopefully all of us to meditate on. So starting in Matthew 5, verse 2, this is Jesus. He says, "And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." Now, I don't know about you all, but when I hear those things, obviously we're spurred on to do them, and this is Jesus' words to his disciples. But I just think about how often I fail, right? I am not always pure in heart. I do not always hunger and thirst for righteousness, right? We sin. But the good thing is about these verses and Jesus who was preaching them, he himself, because he was perfectly obedient and lived by the word of God, he perfectly did these things. He was pure in heart. He did hunger and thirst for righteousness all the time. So remember that Jesus is the one that represents us in God's eyes, right? When he looks at us right now, as sinful Christians that we are, he does not see our sin. Instead, he sees Jesus' perfect obedience to even the Sermon on the Mount. So I hope that's encouraging as you go throughout your day, and especially as you mentor. Think about the mercy and the wonderful love of Jesus and obedience of Jesus to the Father, and how he's given it to us for free. And I hope that just encourages you to keep going, whether it's a hard week of mentoring, a hard week at home or at work or whatever it may be. Remember that Jesus has been perfectly obedient to these, and yet he died for us, right? And he's now interceding on our behalf to the Father at his right hand. So I don't know about you, but that's really comforting, thinking that Jesus is representing us to the Father, and he loves us, right? So much so to lay down his own life. I hope that's encouraging for your day, but also your week and months ahead.